So this iPhone, this I purchased in 2019, and it's a 3 years old iPhone now. I normally change my iPhones 4 years. It has for me it's a cycle of 4 years, sometimes 5 years as well. From my perspective, this is coming towards the end of its life. Not end of its life because I am still using my old iPhones as well on different purposes. If you want, I can make a video on how I reuse my gadgets. Let me know in the comment section. Anyways, for this iPhone, I am almost coming to the end of the cycle, and in the next year I have to buy a new iPhone. To buy a new iPhone, I have to, of course, swipe a credit card. This credit card, usually I swipe, and it's giving me very good cashback as well. And talking about cashback, Noon credit card is very good as well if you want to buy on the noon.com. Anyways, it's not about cashback or credit cards. This video is not about that. This video is all about how I made my system around buying something which I want. Now we have to distinguish between what is our needs and what is our want. So need is something which you cannot live without. Let's say your monthly rent, your monthly bills, your monthly utilities, let's say your kids' education, their fee, their bus fee, your car through which you commute to the work, and so on and so forth. These kind of things are something which you cannot live without. But there are some wants as well. You want to have nice iPhone, you want to have bigger TVs, you want to have exotic vacations. So these kind of things are your wants. I have made a system around those wants actually. Whenever I want to have something which is nice to have but not my need, I have to have similar kind of investment done on that particular thing. Let's say if I'm gonna buy an iPhone, I know that iPhone will cost me 4,000 dirhams. Or let's say 5,000 dirhams, depending on what kind of version I'm buying. Now, if I have to spend 5,000 dirham on iPhone, I have made my system so that I will be spending 5,000 dirham. At the same time, I'm going to be investing those 5,000 dirham on similar kind of investment as well. So in this case of iPhone, I'll tell you other examples as well, but in this case of iPhone, I will be investing 5,000 dirham equivalent in Apple stocks by the time I'm gonna buy the iPhone. So this system of mine will have two benefits out of it. One thing is that I'm gonna be mindful of whatever I'm spending on, because I know that, let's say if I have to buy 5,000 dirham thing, I have to have 10,000 dirham pot, because 5,000 dirham will get me the phone, but 5,000 dirham I have to spend on the or invest on the Apple stocks as well. So I have to have 10,000 dirham of value. Similarly, at the same time, I have to be mindful of my spending as well, because then I have to deliberate a lot before buying anything. So deliberation and mindfulness both comes hand in hand while I make this kind of system. Now there is another kind of example that I want to give. Let's say if I want to have a nice car, I need a car. Let's say I need a car now just to commute to the work, but at the same time I want to have a nicer car. So let's say my commute can be easily handled by a car which is, let's say, 60,000 dirhams of worth, but I want a car which is 200,000 dirhams of worth. Now what I'm gonna do is find a delta of those two amounts. So 200,000 dirhams minus 60,000 dirhams comes to be around 140,000 dirhams. So this 140,000 dirhams is basically my want, not my need. My need is 60,000. My need is being fulfilled by 60,000 dirham car, but I want to buy a 200,000 dirham car just because of my want. So the delta is 140,000 dirhams. This 140,000 dirham must be invested before I buy 200,000 dirhams car. This is my goal for that reason. Now, wherever I want to invest those 140,000 dirham, in case of iPhone, I would have invested easily in the Apple stock, but in case of a car, I might not go and invest in Toyota or let's say Tesla stocks, because I don't understand those stocks. So in that case, I will be probably investing that money onto my index fund, onto my, let's say, real estate property, anywhere else, like whichever I think is a better option at that time from myself. But you can calculate for yourself as well. You can think about what exactly you want to invest in. But the idea is that you have to invest that amount which you are investing on your wants. Similarly, let's say if you want to go for a vacation, but you can easily settle for something, let's say 15,000 dirham for the family, but you want to have an exotic location on the same place, you want to spend slightly more on good hotels, so you might the budget might stretch to 30,000 dirhams. For me, traveling is not only your want, it brings a lot of experience to you as well. So I definitely ask you to go for travel, but be mindful of the budget. Now, living in the UAE, how can you invest in the Apple stocks, or let's say Tesla stocks for that matter, or any kind of US stocks for that matter? Basically, the platform that I use is SARWA. SARWA provides you a very good opportunity to invest in fractional shares as well. So let's say if you don't have enough money to buy one single stock of Apple, you can buy a fractional share as well. I do it on regular basis. I normally do dollar cost averaging. I'll tell dollar cost averaging in different videos, but usually it is something, whatever the cost of a stock, whatever the cost of your investment is, you just invest on monthly basis, regardless of if it's going up or down. You believe in some investment, you just pour in money on monthly basis. With SARWA, it is very easy. You can just directly go and transfer your money into the SARWA account without going into extra charges that normal brokerage firms charge you, because once you use other platforms, they normally ask you to deposit the money outside UAE. Because of that, you incur the banking transaction charges, and for that matter, it will become expensive for you. For me, if I'm investing 1000 dirham every month or 2000 dirhams every month, whatever the amount is, you can invest every month and the same dollar equivalent goes into the account. So every month I can invest in SARWA, I can invest in Apple stock. Let's say if I want to diversify the stock portfolio, I have it diversified, by the way, into 4 stocks. I'm just making sure that you know about those, what is my current investment stands at. And also I invest through SARWA Invest as well. There are 2 platforms of SARWA, SARWA Invest and SARWA Trade. You can invest both of them, and I do dollar cost averaging in both of them. I have made several videos about SARWA Invest, SARWA Trade on my Urdu channel. So I'll keep on making these kind of video on this channel as well, so that you understand what is SARWA, what is investment, what is saving, how do you do the saving while in the UAE. Being an expat, it is very important to invest and save for your better future, because you know we are just expats here. If you like the idea, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Here are the 2 videos that I have added. These are on the end screen. You can watch them and have more information about investing and savings. Thanks a lot.